So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to answer a chat. So right now it shows that I'm not in the chat because it has a little red dot. So I'm going to click this button and do sign on. The way that you know you're in chat is if you go back to the tab with the dashboard, you can see the green light. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to chats. And I can see that I'm in STEM 411 chat. So when a student does a chat, and I'm gonna be a student temporarily. Oops. I'm gonna click to chat. I already have one open. And I have it here. I'm gonna do my own name and all that. And I'm gonna say, who's your instructor? And I'm gonna say Tracy again. And I'm gonna start the chat. And I'm gonna type a message and I'm gonna go into chat and I'm gonna claim the chat. So I've claimed the chat from the student. I heard the buzzing, the beeping, and it said, here's the chat. So I'm going to say, good morning. Oops. How can I help you? Okay. I'm going to send that to the student. And here it gives me all the information of the student. It gives me their name, their email, their pre-calc. If they don't give you everything you need when you're chatting, you can ask for that. So you could say, could I have your last name if they didn't put it? And if they give you their last name, you can go in here and put like, okay, say my name changed and I'm going to do, my former name was Hernandez. And I can update that to show that it was Camille Hernandez. Okay. So then it shows that I updated the name and everything like that. So I'm going to go back to the chat. And the reason I did that is we want to try to get as accurate a picture of these students so we can track what they're doing. Okay. So here I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to, let me go back to my chat with my student. And they're going to go, I need help with this problem. And they can go here and they're going to attach a file. Again, we're going to try to get them to try to do JPEGs. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to upload it. Okay. And they sent it to me, or they sent that, and then they're going to submit it. So I'm back here and they're going to do this. Unfortunately, I do have to download these, but because it's a JPEG, I'm going to hit open. And it shows me the same problem. Okay, so now I've got this so I can help the student. And I could say, okay, it looks like you are balancing an equation. How many irons, oxygens, and carbons do you have on the on the left side? So you can send that to the student and it's going back and forth. And you can keep doing that so they can answer the questions and stuff. If you want to, I'm not sure if you can see it, you can go here and you can request a screen share. So I've sent this to the patron. So the student will see this. Oops. Okay, hey, it looks like you're balancing equations. And if the student is having a hard time, the student can click and it joins a Zoom session. Okay. And here it'll launch the same Zoom session. I might, because I'm the same person. Oops. Open the Zoom meeting, and it's probably not going to work right because I'm the same person. But you can do a Zoom meeting with that session with that student to see what they're doing. So again, it's going to tell them how to do that. Leave the meeting. I'm going to do this for the student side. Leave the meeting. But here it will let me launch the meeting for the student. And I'm going to open the Zoom meeting. And it's just like your Highlands one. So you should be able to do that for the student. And you can join the audio or whatever you need to do. And then you have a live session. And you can end the meeting for all. Okay. And then I'm going to do that. And it said the session ended. So if you've answered the student's question and everything's gone good, they're happy, you've done everything you can Add analytics if you want, which we prefer you do. This was the question. You can say, hey, I answered it in Cartersville. Took me about 20 minutes. Did you need additional material? Yes or no, it's up to you. Maybe do yes and then put, you answered it was a balancing equation, and then you did a Zoom session. This lets us know what you did and you hit save, okay? And then you can end the chat. It closes the chat, so now everything's done. And if I go here, I see that it's gone, it's done. So that one's good. And then I can go back to all, and again, it will show there. So if I go back to Live Answers and I click on this, still nothing's showing up. But if I go to closed, oops, it's not letting me because of this right here. If I go to closed and do filter, I can see that these are only the questions ones. The chat ones are not going to stay here because the chats live here. So if I refresh this, oops, I can see if I go to my chats, it's no longer there because I closed it, okay? And tickets and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about. So now I'm ready for a new chat if a student does that. So that's how you answer the chat functions.